The Game Boy Advance is one of the greatest consoles ever. There were more than 1,000 officially licensed games developed for the system, and a good chunk of those were truly excellent experiences. Metroid Zero Mission, Golden Sun, Minish Cap, The Sims, Mario and Luigi, the films Shrek and Shark Tale on a single cartridge? I truly adore the library this console has to offer, and what better way to experience that library than on original hardware like the Game Boy Advance SP? The SP iterated on the GBA in such a great way. Adding a light function was essential, and establishing the clamshell design was huge. Well, Oil Panic started the clamshell design, but the SP brought it back as a staple of Nintendo handheld console design until the release of the 2DS, but Now, I made a lot of stupid decisions as a kid, and selling my Pearl Blue GBA SP with the backlit screen was definitely among them. I later got this blue model with a frontlit screen from a friend, and while still in pretty good condition, the shell does have some scratches and wear. So, I decided to give it a shell swap. I got this shell from Extreme Rate. They have a bunch of options for current generation and retro consoles if you're looking to swap out some of your old plastic. I've used their shells before with my gray Joy-Cons, which I always thought looked a little bland, but now they have colorful buttons and a D-pad. This is, however, my first time going into an actual console, but from what I've seen, this should be pretty simple. Alright, so I've got the Extreme Rate shell right here in the box, and I've got my Game Boy Advance SP. Gonna get going on this. I've also got the 3DS set up over here doing something. Why do I even have this? This is so washed out. Bad camera. It's not worth it. This is going away. The shell comes with almost everything you'll need to do the swap. New buttons, springs, and screws, as well as screwdrivers are all packed in. The only tool I didn't really have was fine point tweezers, but I made do with the tweezers I had to get the nubbins around the screen out. The whole disassembly and reassembly process took me about an hour, and probably 25% of that time was dealing with those nubbins. The only other issue I had was that some of the screw holes were a little tight, which was fine for the ones that required Phillips head screws, but the tri-point screws would only go in about halfway before I started stripping the screws a bit. Despite that, I was able to get everything snug with a little bit more leverage. And the end result was this beautiful, glossy finish. It does pick up smudges and fingerprints, but you can wipe them away just as easily. Now, there was no notch for the Nintendo logo sticker that was in the original shell, so I just stuck it on there anyway. I really like the chameleon purple to blue here. It is such a refreshing look to this console that brought me so many good times as a kid.
Look at that shiny thing change color.
Anyway, I think this looks really good. I love it. Bye!